Hey folks, Corey at Rockpile, how are you? So, what are we doing this morning? Well, we're just going to go cut a little bit of wood. One of those things that, you know, you do every now and then. So I'm just taking the old little ute. It's actually quite cold in here. Cold morning, hang on, I'm just going to put the heater on. Hang on a second. And the fan on. Yep. Alright. Oh, that's better. It's warming up now. So we're just going down near the front creek. Lots of fallen trees down there. Got some saws in the back. Couple of minutes till we get down there, so I'm just going to drive around and have a look for some wood, hopefully like old wood that's sort of been there since fallen over since last year and is dry. Even though it's been raining, it'll be wet, but yeah, it's dry now enough. We'll go from there. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Alright, first things first. What do we got here in the way of saws? Favourite saw, Dolmar 115i, made in Germany. Very old, great saw. Got two of them. Pinch the wife saw, little Stihl 180. Needs a little bit of a tighten up here. Good saw, it's nice and light, you know, to manoeuvre around. And then what do we got? A 034 Stihl. We call it a farm boss in Australia. Another good saw, but preferred saw is this one. So I'm just going to mix up some fuel. I generally only mix up what I'm going to use, like at a time. So this is just a 1 litre container. So I'm just going 1 litre at a time. Now it's important to be as accurate as you can, I feel, when you're mixing two-stroke. You don't want too much oil, you don't want too little oil. If you're consistent with the fuel-oil ratio in the two-stroke tools that you're using, you shouldn't have any problems with tuning. Sometimes I find people give me saws and stuff, whippersnippers to fix, and I don't know what they're thinking with the oil. They just like go to town with the oil. It's like, ugh. So I just use Stihl oil because I just get it from the shop. It's in this nice little dispenser here, and I know that I'm using approximately 20 mils per litre because that's the Stihl recommendation. And on my other Stihl stuff I've got, which I bought new, they also said if I use this, they'll double the life of the warranty. So instead of 12 months, you get 24 months. Can't argue with that. So I just tip this in. Make sure you get all of it. Okay. That's it. Oh, that's that lid. Put the right lid on the right thing. Okay. Give her a little swirl. Nice shake up there. Lovely. Now, next thing, bar oil. So, this is bar oil. It's just in a different container. So, oh, look at that. Little O-rings are wearing out on the oil cap. Must replace that soon. Next time I go into the shed, I'll find a little O-ring that is on that. It's got a little crack in it, and if that cracks, the little cap won't seal and the oil will leak out everywhere. So I just fill this up. Again, try not to spill stuff everywhere. It just makes a bloody mess. Now, I haven't used this saw since we done the creek regen little episode. So it doesn't actually have a primer bulb on it, just has a choke and an on-off switch. So I leave the switch off, pull the choke on full, and I'll give it, say, 2 pulls. Switch on, choke is still on. So, how easy and reliable is that? This is a demon saw. So that's good, not going to worry about these other 2 for now. If this one goes a bit blunt, I'll go to the 034, but we should be alright here. So a lot of our wood here in Australia is it's hardwood, and when it's dry, it's hard, man. It is hard. So good to cut when it's green, but when it's dry, yeah, not so good. So I'm just going to start having a look at some little logs here. Disclaimer, chainsaws are dangerous. That's it. So I got my little leg chap things here. Once I figure out how they go. This is mainly just to stop stuff going down my shoes. Okay, got them on, got some glasses, got some earbuds. So I'm just going to have a little play around, a few test cuts, start chopping some stuff up. And I'll try not to get too much sawdust on the camera. Right, so as you can see, I've just cut a few little cuts there. It's cutting quite good. I don't know what sort of wood it is. You know, you think I would know, but I don't. So if you know what wood this is, give us a yell. Drop it in the comment, I'll be keen to know. You can see it's been pretty much attacked by white ants in here. So, but hopefully it'll split up and burn well. So, now the reason why I cut them, you just saw me in the video there, I just went through and put like a little mark with the saw on the log about 10 inches apart, about 250 mil apart. So by the time when we say we take this bit, right, for example, and we split it up into whatever, 4 bits, it's a nice size to fit in the wood fire. Any bigger and it just starts getting a little bit awkward. I found that 250 mil is a good length. So I'm just going to set yours up here. Looks like we've got a full battery. So I might just go time lapse. Get that, boss? We're coming into a time lapse. So of me just cutting up stuff. Alright, so when I cut wood, I like to let the saw do the work rather than being a bit heavy-handed and pushing too hard. Don't really like using full revs and going into the wood. Just let the blade, if you sharpen your blade properly, it should just peel those chips out. And I'll show you a demo. So next cut, I'll just let the saw do the work. I'm gonna lose my balance. Next cut, I'll just let the saw do the work, peeling out the chips. And then the second cut, I'll go heavy-handed, and you'll see the saw will like stop and bog down, and I have to like pry it back up and get going again. So just try the first method. Just get the revs going about 1/2 to 3/4. Go easy on the wood, and just there goes Sparky, and just let the saw do the work. Like most tools, just let the tool do the work. That's what they're for. So hopefully that kind of, I gave a visual representation of what I was trying to explain before. So first cut, about 3/4 throttle, no more. Just let the chain cut the wood. Sharp teeth, cut the wood, no problem. Second cut, you could see I was going real hard on it, pushing real heavy, full throttle, like heats up the clutch, can heat up the blade, like the chain rather, like melt, or not melt, but you start getting hot patches on the end of your teeth, you know you're not going so good. And then I got halfway through and I changed back to the original method, which is just letting the saw do the work. And you can see it just finished it off beautifully. So that's how I do it. Everyone does it different, but that's how I do it. So I'm just going to do a few more cuts here and then load this in the back of the ute and go for a little drive a bit further down, because I know there's a couple of big logs I cut down last year down there. Subscribe, like, share, thank you. Wow, bloody sweating bullets, tell you. So it's a few bits of wood in there. Just got a couple more that I cut over in the distance over there. I'll just drive the ute back around, get these last couple, and then mosey on down to the other little secret spot. All right, see ya. Here's a couple of ones I cut down last year, so they just fell over the little track over here, so just chopped them up into lengths and moved them over there ready to cut up. So I'll dock these ones up and that'll probably be it for today, to be honest. So I'm just going to give the Stihl, the 034 a go. Haven't used it for a long time. Very, very long time. So it's got no fuel in it, which is good. So I must have run it dry or tipped it out when I put it on the shelf. So I'm just going to fill it up, give it some oil, see if it starts. A few cobwebs on it. Let's see if it starts. Well, that was good. Took a few pulls to get it going. I think because it's been sitting for quite a while, there was no fuel or anything in the carby or whatever. But starts up, runs no probs. So I haven't sharpened the blade since last time. Do you call it a blade? A chain. A chain, we'll call it a chain. Because it is a chain saw, it's not a blade saw. So I haven't sharpened the chain since long time ago. Long time. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm not expecting it to be as sharp as the other one, because that was only freshly sharpened recently. But we'll give it a crack. kind of struggled with that last one a bit. That last cut, it was didn't realise the log was so far in the ground, and don't like cutting through sand or dirt. It just really bluntens the blade. So that's why I just rolled it out and tried to cut it from the other side, but it's a little bit awkward, but that's fine. Still got all my toes and my fingers. So let's load it in the ute. So there we have it, one ute load of wood. Probably took me 2 hours, I suppose. Wasn't really going too hard, just cutting wood, making a bit of content, you know, looking at the creek. Didn't give the 180 a run, it's a little bit small for these sorts of jobs. The Dolmar 115 went great. And the Stihl, I was pretty happy with it. Went good. Seems to rev higher than that one, but I think this one's got a bit more torque. So that's it. We're done now. I just did this like epic creek crossing through the creek down here. Right? And I didn't even push record on the bloody camera. Oh. I thought, yeah, no, that'd be alright because it's all downhill there. No wood will fall out, but if I go back up there to try and reenact it, all my wood will fall out in the creek because I've got no tailgate on the thing. What a knob. Anyway, what did we learn from cutting wood today? Well, cut it into lengths that are manageable for your wood fire and also for you to lift. Go easy on the saws. Just let the chain do the work. Another thing, try and cut like a flat, like square edges, you know, like flat edges. So when you put it on your chopping block to chop with the axe or the splitter or whatever, you know, you got a nice shaped log there to split. That's it. So that's the wood done for the morning. I'm just didn't really do an ending to the wood video, so just thought I'd go for a little drive in the ute. This is our driveway that I'm on now. That's our next door's place. Sorry about the rattle. It's an old ute, you know. It does good. So I'm going to go back and heading back to the shed now. Take the saws out, give them a bit of a clean up. I won't resharpen them now. I might do that on the weekend. Give them all a proper clean and blow down in degrees and ready for action for the next time. And I might go inside and grab some lunch. Hard work chopping wood. It's just a nice morning to be out. The rain stopped. It's lovely. So, a few potholes in this place. This is a real bad bit of our drive that Amanda showed you. How they cut the track through a ridge line, and it's just terrible. The water runs everywhere and it's shocking. I have filled it up with dirt a few times and then it just washes out again. So that's why we want to redo the next track, the other track, as the main driveway to come in. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I will see you guys and girls on the next one. Thank you. Bye.